Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sydney Cricket Ground for this highly anticipated Origin clash between New South Wales and Queensland. Snicko leading the Blues out to defend his Origin title against the challengers from up north, led by Jordan Lewis. With me in the commentary box is a fellow Origin player, the one, the only Liam Ryan. Liam, how do you feel about the Savo's game?
Yeah, Blair, it's going to be a very interesting game one. Obviously, with the dynamic of Snicko winning the last series for his Blues, uh, Queensland are fired up for this one. I think it could go either way.
Snicko has picked a road, and the Queensland Bulls have won the toss and chosen to bat. So, bit of an interesting choice in limited overs, particularly on a road. You generally expect things to even out and be a bit easier to chase. Liam, you'll be not be in the game for a little bit yet, batting down at 9 or so, I think. What do you reckon the strategy here is?
I reckon the strategy is with Moana and Rogers to start off with steadily in and then, going big towards the end. Not losing wickets, the key here.
Well, that definitely does help, but Riley Flynn will make it tough. State against state, mate against mate. Liam and Riley on great terms in the Sixers sheds, I can tell you. Liam was our tops run scorer this season, and just such an effective bowler opening there. Riley is. As he comes in, bowling sharpish in the mid 140s, and Liam plays it safe. Deep point, deep backwards, or deep square, and a deep fine leg, but lots of room through the leg side forward of the wicket, and that will be reeled in by Mark Lee at cow corner, and that will be another 2 runs to the total.
Yeah, it's been a decent start from Queensland. I think they'll be reasonably happy with it, but also a very economical over so far from Flynn. So if he can keep it to 6 runs or so, I think New South Wales will be equally happy.
Well, looks like they'll go straight past that as that goes through a very vacant third man for 4. 7 off the over now, and that's a very grumpy scout from Riley. I don't think I've ever seen him that angry before. Last ball of the over. Goes the Yorker. And it's gone! Liam Rogers out. 6 runs off 5 balls.
Wow, what a delivery. Riley Flynn gets him middle stump. That is absolutely great bowling from Riley. He'll be very happy to get his Sixers teammate out early in the innings and, brings in, I think, who is it in? Joey Kelly, that's it.
Yeah. Liam's such a dangerous batsman, so it's great to have him back in the sheds as Daniel Hellyer comes in to take the second over. Moana will probably quite like this, having the ball turn back into him, although he does get off strike early again and says, Joey, here, mate, you have a crack. 2 Renegades teammates squaring off against each other.
It'll be interesting here, I reckon. Joey Kelly didn't have his best of seasons, but still will be a very interesting matchup against his captain at the Renegades.
I think I still have nightmares back from when he made 40 odd against us after we had the Renegades on the ropes. He's an incredibly dangerous batsman, and he can really score the runs very quickly. As he gets down on one knee, sweeps through the vacant cow corner, and that's another boundary.
Yeah, that ball epitomises your idea about Joey Kelly. He is very hard to stop once he gets going, so Hellier's going to have to reel this one in pretty soon.
Yeah, seems that Hellyer might have gone for the wrong in there, but just not quite on the right line. That's much better. Fielded at point. Couple of dot balls in this over from Hellier so far. Puts it on about middle stump. Turning away from the right-hander, of course, and Kelly just sort of knocks it down to mid-on. Not the hugest amount of turnout there for Danny so far.
No, there hasn't been that much spin yet for Daniel Hellier. We'll have to wait and see if the rest of the bowlers, the spinners, are able to extract some spin from this pitch. But yeah, obviously dangerous blacks of I think Ruben Mobbs and Justin Dolan to come. Yeah, interesting lineup for sure.
That's true, and Snicker has gone a spin-heavy lineup in this bowling attack. He's gone yours truly, of course, Daniel Hellier, Justin Dolan, and Ruben Mobbs. Just the 2 overs of pace. Interesting choice of pitch given that spin-heavy lineup. It's Joey Kelly sends it through the leg side, fielded at shortish cow corner. As Flynn charges in again, going to run a ball currently, and that's cut away by Moana. Fielded there at not deep forward square, of course, for the left-hander, but a squarish point.
It'll be interesting here for Moana if he can get going. We know he's a very dangerous batsman at that, and yeah, Joey Kelly. Obviously, the Blues don't want to let him get going because he can go really, really big here.
He absolutely can, and he seems to be pretty keen on doing so as he now gets to 10 off 8 with the second boundary of the game so far.
Great shot through point there. It was a really nice drive from Joey Kelly.
Yeah, he's played that very nicely. He was in brilliant form for the Renegades for quite a bit of that season, as works that off his pads and fielded at short fine leg. Just 2 men out of the ring. No over-specific fielding restrictions here, of course, as that gets hooked away, fielded at deep square, ending the over. Queensland 1 for 20.
Yeah, brilliant start for both sides, I think, to be honest. The Queenslanders have done well not to lose another wicket, and the Heat have really done well. Not the Heat, the Blues have done a really good job to minimise the run rate.
Well, it has climbed up above 6 now, so you've got to feel that they're going to look to kick it on as Joey Kelly just flicks Ruben Mobbs off his pads. A second 5 for 3 now no longer on the cards, with Mobbsy having conceded for his first ball.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be interesting for Mobbs. He was obviously had probably his worst season statistically in the SPL. Yeah, he wasn't very economical, so it might be the bowler that they want to target here for Queensland.
Leg spinners, it's kind of the nature of the game. You either pick up a bag of wickets or go for an even bigger bag of runs. Kelly now 15 from 12. He's looking to kick it up a gear, flicks it off his pads again, but fielded at square leg. And Kelly doesn't seem very happy with something on the pitch. Not sure what it could be.
Yeah, there isn't a lot on this pitch, to be honest. I believe it's a pitch with some light cracks, so there wouldn't be a lot to upset him.
I don't think there's any cracks at all, actually, as Joey Kelly absolutely belts that over a vacant squarish third man, and that's another 4.
Yeah, another brilliant shot from Joey Kelly. It looks like his feelings have been gone away after that shot.
Yeah, he was pretty happy with our play there. Mob's in for the 5th ball of his over. It's pulled away again, and that's going to be another 4. Seems there might be some.
Not sure what the field's doing there. I don't know if it was just not bowling to his field, but just no one out there really on that leg side. So it really provided the opportunity for Kelly to get easy runs.
Yeah, I like this a bit better now. There's a man on each sweep, and Mobs does end it with a dot. 3 dots and 3 fours. None for 12 off the over, and Queensland now 1 for 32.
Yeah, really good over for Queensland there. Just what they needed to be able to go through the gears here and really try and go for a big total here.
Yeah. And, Dolan gets crunched first ball. That's not a great start from the first man to take a fifer in the SPL.
No, it's certainly not. Dolan's going to want to have to rein that in. Otherwise, he could be given the same treatment as Ruben Mobs just was.
But with that said, I'm liking this matchup. Moana, the lefty, against Dolan, but not going well for him at the moment. Just needs to work on his line and length a bit, and I reckon he'll be right in there with the wickets.
Yeah, that one was a bit of a wild line, to be honest. Easy pickings for Moana down leg side.
Yeah. Moana's actually striking at about 220 now, as we see Dolan drop short again, and that will be fielded by the man at cow corner. The left-hander's cow corner, of course. And 9 off the first 3 balls. Dolan bowling around the wicket to Joey Kelly. This has worked for the Sixers in the past, but Kelly doesn't take the bait. And yet another single. 10 runs off the first 4 balls here. New South Wales need a wicket desperately. And they get one! What was Moana thinking? Clean
Moana,
bowled.
Came out of his crease for no reason there, just got overconfident, and yeah, Dolan's bowled, he's off stump. Absolutely brilliant ball from Justin Dolan.
Yeah. Well, Damien Moana back in the sheds, 12 from 7. I think he was intending to play a bit of the anchor role through that innings. He got a little bit less of the ball, and for some reason he had a bit of a rush of blood to the head as Caval comes to the crease, fends it away down the leg side, and that will be fielded at a deep mid-on. 2 runs, I think, the damage there. So Dolan goes for 12 as well, but gets a wicket. Queensland now 2 for 44.
Yeah, big wicket that over from Justin Dolan. Obviously a bit expensive, but when you're taking wickets, you'll take the runs and scored as well. Obviously, Moana back to the sheds. Big partnership here for Queensland.
Yeah. So now it's Curtin into the attack, wearing the 69 jersey that he loves, and gets absolutely swept away by Joey Kelly, who's really set himself now. And as the all-rounder in the side, you'd expect Curtin to contribute with both bat and ball. Doesn't quite carry to the man at mid-wicket. That was looking dangerous for a moment there. Curtin drops short. Kelly sweeps, but doesn't get enough of it. Fielded a backward square. Goes very full, edged onto the pad. Don't think it was hitting the stumps anyway.
Looked to be going down leg, to be honest, but yeah, I would have been interested to see where it went if it hadn't edged Kelly's bat.
And 4 dots now. Kelly's not the world's most patient batsman. You got to think that he's going to go for something here. He does, but it's just a single. 5 from the over. Queensland 2 for 49.
Yeah, Blake Curtin did really well to rein that in after the first ball being a boundary. Uh, Going for 5 off that's absolutely brilliant work and will allow Justin Dolan to continue attacking.
Well, Justin Dolan, the attacker becomes the attacked as that gets cut away for another 4.
Great shot from Joey Kelly there. Yeah, he's cut that beautifully in the gap. And he continues on Justin Dolan here.
33 from 24 now. Looks like Kelly will be the anchor of the innings as he goes big. There's no one at deep mid-off. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. That is 6 runs added to the total.
Beautiful shot from Joey Kelly there. Cleared the boundary there. Just backed himself against Justin Dolan to clear it all and absolutely does so.
I mean, this is going to be a bit of a challenging situation with how you bowl out the last couple of overs if the spinners are copying some stick, which they do appear to be as there's another boundary. This over could be getting ugly. We've seen 14 so far, as that one just absolutely flies over point. One bounce over the rope. Snicko comes in for a chat.
With only 2 overs of pace, as we mentioned earlier, it's going to be challenging if these spinners are getting absolutely hammered. Like, who else do we even bowl? Do you go to a batting all-rounder if you have one? I don't think
Definitely
anyone
no
else can
batting
bowl
all-rounder
pace.
in that side. Definitely no batting all-rounder in that side. Hell Yeah's got one left, Curtin's got one left, and Mobs has one left. So it's 3 overs of leg spin to finish this out. As Kelly goes big, there is a man out there though that goes straight over Riley Flynn, I believe it is. Now, Riley has been upgrading his fielding, so if that had come a little bit closer to him, that could have got interesting.
Yeah, and the form that Kelly's in at the moment, I'm not sure he was concerned about not clearing that rope. Yeah, absolutely got enough of that.
Yeah, he's been pretty happy to go big here as this rover's gone for 20. Justin Dolan finishes 1 for 32. Bit of a challenging final 3 overs here for New South Wales. Desperately need wickets back in the sheds. Danny's been economical. Let's see if he can jag one back here. Pitches at full-ish, but nicely played to short mid-off for no run. Very full. Caval gets to it on the full, but doesn't punish it. Fielded at short mid-on for no run. Just outside off, Caval cuts it away, beats the man at deep point, and that's another 4 runs.
Yeah, beautiful shot from Rohan Kowal there. Looks like he's starting to get going. Obviously only 4 ball face in the innings. He's been there around in the innings for a while, just allowing Kelly to strike. Looking to get in on the action himself now.
Well, with the absolute stick that Joey Kelly's been giving it, you can't really blame him for taking a back seat, but he starts to go now, sweeps it off his pads, fielded at deep backward square by Riley Flynn. And Joey Kelly, 49 from 29. Can he bring up the half century? Well, his goes big. It will go all the way, and Joey Kelly has an Origin half century for Queensland. 55 from 30, 3 sixes and 8 fours. He has done an absolute job out there in the middle.
Take a bow, Joey Kelly. That's a great inning. Absolutely killing these Blues spinners. And should get another 4 here.
Yeah, big over again for Queensland. 15 off it. 2 for 84, I believe.
Yeah, they're going at a really nice run rate here. Just over 10 over now, I believe. Yeah, if they can go get another 30 off these next 2, that's going to be a really big score. And one of the biggest we've seen since the recreation phase, to be honest.
I don't think we've seen all that many scores over 100 in Season 4 of the SPL, so you're definitely right there. As Mobs re-enters the attack, 10.5 and over. And Caval goes big. No one out there to take advantage. 2 bounces and 4 runs. So
yeah, another brilliant shot from Caval. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're attacking Mobsy here. As I said earlier, he's the one to attack if you're attacking any of the spinners, but they're obviously attacking anyone at will at the moment.
Yeah, that's very true. As you see that just sort of hoik down to deepish mid-on. A bit of an interesting field here. As we see it shift to 2 men on the leg side, on the square boundaries now. 1 leg and 1 off. And Kelly works it down to the man at deep cover. Not quite sure what he was doing coming back out of his crease there, though. Two for 90, 9 balls to come, 3 from Mobs and 6 presumably from Curtin. As Caval goes big, lands safely, just short of Dolan, who couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky from Dolan, I thought. A bit short of off the bat. Yeah, if that was just carried a bit further, it could have been a big wicket for the Ruben Mobs.
There, Liam, and seems to be a bit of a going thing for New South Wales in the field at the moment. It's just not quite carrying where they wanted to. Here's a chance, but again, it will fall short. And fielded well above the head of the man at deep cover.
Partnership between these two.
50 partnership here now from Caval and Kelly, with Kelly contributing 37 of them. And Caval adds another 4 with a bit of a heave-ho through the leg side. Queensland now, I think that's 2 for 96.
Yeah, 2 for 96. It's been a really good partnership from the likes of Rohan Kowal and Joey Kelly, up to 41 now. Really put this innings on their backs and really great effort. With the last over to come, it will be interesting to see what total they get. Could be anywhere over 110.
Certainly like to hope that won't be the case, as we see the attempted reverse sweep here from Joey Kelly. He's definitely keen on going for it, but it does get fielded at extra cover. Curtin drops it short. Kelly goes big, and that will go through the offside for 4. And that does bring up the 100 for Queensland. Now, Liam, you've got a bowl on this next. What do you reckon you can defend?
Oh, with the way that the spinners are going at the moment, I'd say we can defend. I think anywhere about this is even defendable. Like the way SBL's been the last season or so, there's no reason to present that this is not just a great batting performance in Queensland, and New South Wales might just crumble when they bat. So yeah, I think anywhere over this 100 mark is a good score and defendable for us.
Okay. It'll definitely be interesting to see how this pitch plays for New South Wales. Slow wear rate, of course, means it should play fairly similarly, but as you say, it hasn't always worked out that way in practice, as Curtin edged, but the keeper's just not there for it. Curtin now 11 off the death over. 1 ball to come. Caval remaining on strike. He goes for the big heave-ho. Will it fall safely? Yes, it will. 2 for 111. Well, New South Wales needing a run rate of 11.2 to win this game, as pretty much all of the New South Wales bowlers really cop some punishment here. Well, welcome back to the second innings of this Origin match. Queensland, hosted by New South Wales, set an imposing first innings total of 111. Pongston and Tim James out to bat for New South Wales, with Eddie Oliver kicking off, and Pongston sweeps it away to the leg side boundary, where it will be fielded at deep backward square. Having a chat with the stats man in the innings break, we can confirm that Joey Kelly has scored the first half century of season 4 of SBL. 66 off 37, I believe it was. Liam, what do you feel the plan is here bowling to New South Wales?
I think the plan from us is to be able to just restrict them early on, bring the wickets. We know that the run rate's very high early on. If you can restrict them to 6 and over off the first couple, the run rate will go well above 13, 14 and over, and it will just bring dot ball pressure, to be honest.
Keeping that scoreboard pressure and generating some silly shots is a pretty solid strategy once you've got a big total on the board, of course, as Oliver drops it short. It's a big hit. It falls safe, though, at deep backward square, and we see another scramble too. New South Wales 5 from the first 3 balls. Tim James striking at 200. Had a bit of a decent season himself, has Tim. And Pongston, of course, evergreen class over at Sydney Showground Stadium. I mean, Oh, first wicket. Think that's Tim James caught out.
Yeah, I believe it is. Tim James, the big wicket down there. I think it's been caught by yours truly, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, big wicket.
No, it's Corey Bell.
Corey Bell.
I mean, any left arm spin is much like any other, right? Bringing Snicko to the crease. Snicko was probably the next closest to getting a half century himself with that 48 not out, I believe it was, against the Renegades.
Yeah, it was against the Renegades.
Yes, because you and I commentated that game, if memory serves.
Yeah, I think you're right there too.
New South Wales 1 for 7 with the ball to come. I think this is about where Queensland was at the same time. Oliver goes very short, though. That's got to be called. And it is. Now, Queensland's decided to go with 4 overs of pace here.
4 overs of pace, have they?
Yes, so it's...
Oh, yes, Monkey.
Oh,
that's right.
As, well, you enter the attack, Lamb. And kick things off with the dot ball. Pongston works it off his pads. There is cover out there at fine leg, but does get there in the end, and I believe that's a run 3. No, it's only 2.
Great fielding down the deep there, yeah, to restrict that to 2. We'll be very happy with that one.
As Pongston flogs it away through the leg side, beats Mead wicket, and that's 4.
Beautiful shot from Donny Pongston there. Obviously, we know each other quite well. He knows the ins and outs of my bowling. Faced me in the nets a lot. Gonna have to bring out some tricks here.
Well, drops it short. And to be fair, that's a dot ball. Trying to fool him with the bouncer, Lamb.
Yeah. Certainly worked.
Seems to be some sort of conversation out in the middle. Not quite sure what's being said there. Two men in the deep backwards of square. There's opportunity here, but Pongston unable to take advantage. And now the exact opposite fielding strategy. 3 men deep forward of the wicket. And Liam closes out the over. No wicket for 6 runs off it. New South Wales now 1 for 14.
Yeah, Queensland will be very happy with that over from Liam Ryan. Yeah, he's kept the economy to a run of ball, so as I said, that run rate's just going to keep going up, and if New South Wales don't act upon it soon enough, it will just get out of hand really quickly.
Up pitch from Snicko. Falls short of the man at extra cover though. Very interesting field here. As Eddie goes full, it's edged away, thick outside edge from Snicko, and that will make it to the rope.
Bit of luck there from Snicko, but you need your luck as a batter to get your innings underway. Yes, Snicko will be happy with that.
Well, every run counts. As Oliver goes full again. Seems to be a bit of a strategy here to Snicko. Will it beat the man at forward square leg? Yes. No, sorry, it won't. And it's only 2, I think. As Snicko moves to 8 from 5. It's still just hovering around that 12 runs per over mark, a little bit over, needing 92 from 45. That dot ball will, of course, help things quite a bit from Queensland's perspective. Oliver goes full again. There's a shout, but I could have sworn that hit the bat first.
Yeah, it seemed like an edge there, not out.
And Queensland doesn't waste time with the review. Well, after a couple of big shots early in the over, Eddie seems to have pulled it back a bit, but that one will go for 4, and that'll be 10 off the over. New South Wales 1 for 24 at the end of the 3rd.
Yeah, well, this game's certainly on the balance in these next couple of overs, I reckon. After a over with 10 off it, the spinners will, I presume, will get a go here, and this can really turn the game here.
And you're not wrong, as Liam Ryan drops it short, but he does have protection, but the protection is not quite protective enough. The ball just absolutely took off like a bullet. Sorry,
Great shot from Dommy Funkston. Absolutely rock hit that to the boundary.
Pongston goes for the big shot again. Has it got enough on it? Not quite, but enough to generate a fumble, though I don't think they've taken advantage of it. Five from the first 2 balls. What can Liam do to pull this back? Well, big attempted shot there from Snicko, but no real result to speak of. Snicko knows that if he can just chip it over the ring on that leg side, it's pretty easy runs, but it's pretty easy runs along the ground as well, as that beats square leg and the man at 45 for another 4.
Yeah, pretty nice shot from Snicko Barbaro there. Just beat the gap there and did a really good job to ease that through for a boundary. I think 9 off this over so far, doing reasonably well here in New South Wales.
Yeah, 2 balls to come. They'll absolutely be looking to make some profit off this over, as that brings up the team from the over, which means that any runs here will really go towards getting this required run rate down. A very similar shot there from Snicko, a little bit more on it, but still very safely along the ground, and that's another 4 runs. Last ball of Liam Ryan Spell, he's gone none for 19 so far, and it's a dot ball.
Yeah, you wouldn't be too unhappy with that, Liam Ryan. Obviously, with the way spinners went in the first innings, none for 19, I think, would have been New South Wales' second best bowler. Yeah, so wouldn't be too unhappy with it, but didn't get a wicket, so.
Wicket's a bit hard to come by for the spinners. Only one's taken a wicket so far as Monkey gets absolutely drilled and it gets dropped at, or at least misfielded at Gully, and that'll be 3.
Wondering what that fielder was doing there. Like, took him forever to get up, and miscommunication with the fielder behind him. Yeah, led to 3 runs.
Yeah, seemed to catch the webbing of his hand a bit. I think he was a little bit sore as Snicko goes big over mid-on, and that's all the way for 6.
Great shot from Snicko there. Backed himself against Justin Monkey, knew he could beat him, and yeah, drilled him for 6 runs near the side screen.
Yeah, I mean, batting under lights can often be challenging. New South Wales, though, now 1 for 46. As there's a dot ball. No, it's going to be a single. Very, very sharp running there. Snicko wants to get this run rate down as far as possible, as quickly as possible. And Monkey now needs to have a go at Dom Pongston. Goes full again. Pongston goes big as well. That is straight over mid-off. That has gone all the way. That is about 15 rows deep into the crowd. I think I saw someone's beer get knocked over.
That might be the biggest we've seen all night, to be honest. That was absolutely huge on Dom Pongston's Thunder teammate, Justin Monkey. Jesus, he's put him in straight, yeah, as you said, way back into the crowd.
Have you maybe been getting Justin to bowl a little bit too much to Pongston in the nets, Liam?
Yeah, maybe he didn't consider the origin enough.
If memory serves, Queensland was 1 for 46 at the 5 over mark. So New South Wales definitely ahead of the game as Pongston chips it down, fielded it short mid-on, but not after they scraped through for a single. New South Wales 1 for 54 after 5, and that run rate's up above 10 for New South Wales.
Yeah, they've done well so far, New South Wales. Only lost a wicket so far. These spinners are really going to have to reel it in, make up for that last big over from Monkey.
As Tyre enters the attack and gets absolutely belted to the boundary by Dom Pongston. Yeah, it's straight through mid-wicket. 4 runs, very easily. Absolutely classic sweep. One thing that I have noticed Snicko and Dom do a lot better than I think Joey or Rohan did, if there's one criticism I'd give them, is that they didn't necessarily rotate the strike very well. And I reckon Snicko and Dom are doing a lot better in that regard here, Liam.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. Rohan, obviously, I think he didn't face his second ball of the innings until about the 8th over, and he'd been in probably 2 or 3 overs prior to that. Yeah, that's something that New South Wales are doing a really good job of at the moment.
As Dom Pongston edges it, Jordan Lewis couldn't quite get to that, and that just rockets down to the boundary for 4. Looks like it was the top spinner from Sonny Tyre, and just seems to have taken a bit of an odd turn off the bat to beat Lewis. And Sonny fires back. Dom Pongston has an absolute rush of blood to the head moment himself. Goes for a swing, misses everything, and will find himself back in the sheds.
Yeah, big wicket from Sonny Tyre there. brings out Lennox for cash. Really needed that. Dom Ponkston back in the sheds. That's a huge wicket.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And Lennox probably doesn't mind kicking his innings off against the leg spinner, or a right arm leg spinner, as the fumble in the outfield does allow a second. And I realised that Joey and Rohan often took them out of the game, but New South Wales's fielding in the deep generally did seem a little bit sharper.
Yeah, it probably was. Queensland, I don't think, had as many of the players upgrading fielding as the likes that New South Wales has. So that could be something that correlates with that one.
Well, that is a decent point, as Tyres over ends with another 4 from Lennox Prakash. And that brings it in 2 for 68 after 6. New South Wales are on track with this run rate, I believe. It's up above 11. This Monkey re-enters the attack. Yeah, 44.
It's just on 11 at the moment. 44 off 24 before that ball. Yeah, so 11 required at the moment.
Well, Snicko and Lennox are both very capable of going very big, as Snicko passes 30 now with a lovely shot through mid-wicket for another 4. Monkey 17 off his first, 4 from 2 balls in his second. Goes very short. Snicko hooks. There's no one there at Ford Square, and I think that's going to beat the chasing fieldsman, and it does, to the boundary.
Not sure what Monkey's doing with this short stuff, to be honest. He did it a bit in the first over, and it wasn't working. Just get rid of it if he does the Monkey.
Well, I think the umpire's going to tell him that's his one... No. Okay. I would have thought that was the one permitted over the shoulder, given how high Snicko had that bat. As Monkey goes very full, and Snicko sends it straight down the ground for another 4. 36 off 21, I think I saw the equation.
Yeah, it's very manageable at the moment. If they keep batting like this, they'll have it done in no time. Queensland surely have to be worried about it.
Sorry, no, 32 from 20. So that's just about under 10, if my mental maths is correct. 32 from 19. New South Wales 2 for 80, 1 ball to come from Monkey. Goes full again and finishes with 2 dot balls that he very badly needed. None for 29, 17 off his first over and 12 for the second. New South Wales 2 for 80, with Sonny Tyre re-entering the attack. Oh, what a catch! Lennox Prakash is gone.
Wow, that is absolutely insane work in the field. I wasn't able to catch who it was down at, is that point or is that square leg?
That's point.
Point, yeah.
To the lefty. Rohan Kaval did a job at the bat and now doing one with the ball. And another strong Blues batsman comes to the crease though, Mark Lee. And works it away down the leg side. Will it beat the fielder? Yes, it will. Deep square leg, can't get far enough for cross. And the equation now, 28 from 16. Liam, how are you feeling?
Oh, getting very nerve-wracking scenes here for both sides. On one hand, the Blues, they need Mark Lee to be able to stick around for Snicko and be a great partner to him. And for Queensland, they really need to rein this in with the spinners, because I think they've only got spinners overs left.
Yeah, Monkey's had his 2 and Eddie had his 2. So it is only spinners remaining, but no bowling all-rounder in the Queensland lineup. with that said, if Queensland can get 2 wickets, they'll bring Curtin to the crease, and after Curtin, it's all bowlers.
Yeah, that's what Queensland should be ahead in. New South Wales didn't take 3 wickets, I didn't think, this early. So, yeah, that's something that Queensland have going in their favour at the moment.
Nico absolutely belts it away between cover and point. There's another 4. New South Wales 3 for 89. You are right, of course. New South Wales didn't take 3 wickets in their entire innings. Queensland finishing 2 for 111. But it's okay to lose a couple of wickets if you get the runs you need. As Snicko goes through the reverse sweep, there is absolutely no one out there, and that clears the rope. There's another 6. New South Wales 3 for 95, 2 overs to come, 17 runs to get, 8.5 and over.
Yeah, that's a big, big shot from Snicko Balbrough. Not only in terms of the length it went, but in terms of the magnitude it will have on this game. Yeah, that's down to 8.5 as you said and over. Yeah, with Corey Bell coming. Hang on, Corey Bell's only just been introduced now. They're going to get a batter. Oh, you would think it's going to have a bowl.
Yeah, that is correct. It's a 6-bowler sim. Oh, hello. They make it through safely. You know, I think a direct hit would have seen Markley out. And after a run out, anything can happen. As Corey Bell really using the width of the pitch here. Of course, turning it into the 2 right-handers. Now, Snicko's on 49 himself. Will we see 2 half-centuries? None in the regular season or the finals of season 4. Snicko's gone big. Yes, it is. Snicko's brought up his 50 with the 6 as well. In the finest Joey Kelly style. And Snicko's actually brought that up a good deal quicker than Joey Kelly brought up his. 55 from just 25. New South Wales 3 for 102. 9 balls remaining. And a batsman to bowl the final over. As Snicko goes big again, it won't go all the way to the boundary on the full, but it will go over the rope still. Well, this has been huge. Absolutely massive.
Yeah, he's taken the game out of the Queenslanders' hands here. Like, 6 off 8 now. Those 2 shots have really almost put a nail in the coffin in this one.
Well, with the batsman to bowl the final over, you'd think that New South Wales have this in the bag. But then again, we did see Matt bowl 1 for 0 for Ireland against, I want to say, New Zealand.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It'll be interesting to see who's actually going to bowl this, to be honest. Which batter?
Tallis Riff took it over for the Hurricanes, and he will. Right arm wrist spinner, Tallis Riff. Batting at 6 in this game, but I don't know if this is what they had in mind, and I think that's game over. Yes, it is. New South Wales 3 for 112. Chase it down with 5 balls to spare after what might have been a bit of a tactical error from Jordan Lewis.
Yeah, brilliant win for game 1 from the New South Wales Blues. Thoroughly deserved. After chasing that total down, the biggest one I think we've seen since the recreation from Queensland. Until New South Wales chased it down, yeah, they should be really proud of themselves.
Now, who's your man of the match, Liam? Snicko or Joey?
Look, it would have to be Snicko, wouldn't it? He went quicker than Joey, set a platform for the innings, rotated the strike really nicely. I'd go Snicko.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more there. And Tallis Riff has the unfortunate record of a 36-run economy rate. Eddie Oliver did decently at the top of the innings, but Sonny Tyre pick of the bowlers with 2 for 29 in what really has been a bat-dominated Origin 1. Joey Kelly, 66 not out off 36 balls, but Snicko upstaged him, ably assisted by Pongston and Mark Lee with 59 from 28 himself. An absolute captain's knockout there from the big man. I believe that's all we have time for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. It has been an absolute pleasure. Any final words, Liam?
No, brilliant game 1. Bring on game 2, baby.
Let's go up to Queensland. Have a good one.